Alright, so I'm going to be showing you the Gunnery rotation and skill tree build. First, I'm going to go through the skill tree. What I wanted to point out about the Gunnery is just pointing out what makes it different from Assault and why, just the differences first. And then afterward, if you want, you can skip ahead to the rotation if that's just what you want to see. Here's the skill tree though, so you have an idea of what you're working with. I guess you can pause the video whenever, take a screenshot, and just fill this out. But now, I'm going to go through what makes Gunnery significant, or what are the defining features of it. First off, in this tree, and this is for raiding, by the way, this is a PvE setup. So, with this skill tree, with this point, you get plus 2% to your healing. So, it's easier to heal a Gunnery, because you'll recover more health than others. Charge barrier. So, by doing your rotation, you can have plus 5% to your damage reduction. So when you compare that with your damage reduction is already 28%, at least from my current gear, you can add plus 5% to that. So this is nice for AoE whenever you're just taking damage from AoEs or just enemies that, like the wealthy buyer fight in Darvanis. You take hits even better than a gunner than an assault would. What other things are very so tenacious defense. So pretty much with this, you can use your CC breaker more often, reduces the cooldown, and also you can do your knockback more often. So instead of a 30-second cooldown on your knockback, you can do it every 25 seconds. Again, these are all just the utilities. Having an extra 4 seconds to your hold the line, so having immunity to knockback and all of that, for instead of 6 seconds you get immunity for 10 seconds, and plus just being able to run. Keep this in mind too. Charge barrel. So what charge barrel does is that it'll increase the power of your, whenever you're doing grav round. Just remember this symbol, this electric rod symbol. So here, let me just do it so you see. So every time you're doing it, you're gaining stacks of charge barrel, which is this. Now, during your normal rotation, when you're at 5 stacks, you'll get like a more powerful high impact bolt. The other thing that it does though, and this is like something that it can help in a tight situation, bring it up to 5 stacks. It also makes the cooldown or the cast time of your advanced medical probe instant. So it's like bam. So it's a shot to your DPS, but if you're in trouble, you might die, and you notice you have 5 stacks, you might just want to pop that on yourself, or pop that on an ally. Like, let's say this is an ops partner. Oh no, bam. You know, like your tank's about to die. And then just rebuild your stacks again. So just keep that in mind. Like, being a Gunnery gives you a lot of utility, a lot of ways that you're more survivable. Your rotation is pretty straightforward, and then you have ways in which you can help yourself or others if there's an emergency. Now, going further, compounding upon that, here we have this move Overclock. What it does is it reduces. Okay. Here's Tech Override. You click it, it's a 1 minute 30-second cooldown, and it will make your next ability instant. So let's say you have Grav Round here. Grav Round normally 1.44. Pop your Tech Override, bam, and then this is an instant. What I like to use it for is those really like oh crap situations. So it also, as a Gunnery, the hallmark of a Gunnery with this ability is that it makes it so you can have 2 instant casts. You can make any cast ability an instant twice, 2 in a row. So I stack that with Reserve Powercell. So let's say we're having a really bad situation. I'm about to die. Oh no. Or let's say the tank is about to die. Let's say this guy right here, he's the main tank. He's almost dead. I could spare a minute. Or not a minute, I could spare a second, pop this, reserve power cell, pop this, tech override, and as you can see I have it hotkeyed, so I hold shift and then ZA. That's, everybody has their own little thing as far as hotkeys go. That's mine, so I pop bam bam, and then I would do 2 back-to-back medical probes, and then I could save a tank from death. Yeah, I'll lose a little bit of DPS, but hey, you know, if it saves the tank and it therefore saves the raid, and we can still beat the enrage, then it's all good with me. So let me show you how it works. So it's like, let's say I got my charges, and then, oh no, the tank is dying. So then here we go. I would go bam, 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 and you know what? Just for good measure, if he still needs it, I still got that instant advanced medical probe. So right off the bat, you saw just about like 15k health in the span of 3 global cooldowns. You can save a tank that way. Or if you're about to die, you can just pop that on yourself. So again, that's something to practice. It's tech override, reserve power cell. Again, I have mine. I have mine over here, so I can just hotkey it, bam bam, and then I can just pop it real quick. The other thing is that so here's Decoy and here's Reflexive shield. So this is a choice as far as like, you can take one or the other. So if you take Decoy, then Diversion will have a 100% chance to make the next force or tech attack that's targeted at you just absorb it. So I honestly haven't found much opportunity to use this though, like to turn your threat dropper into a 100% force tech absorber. I would say that the only time that this possibly could work is on like Sunder on hard mode, and maybe even nightmare mode, when he does like the end, I think it's called. You might be able to absorb one shot with that. However, in my entire like raiding life as a gunnery, I haven't had much use for it. I get much more mileage out of this Reflexive shield. So what it's gonna do is it makes your reactive shield, which is your damage reduction cooldown. It reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds, and also every time you get hit, the cooldown reduces by 3 seconds, so you can pop it sooner. The important thing about this though is actually that when you take damage, as you can see here, there's a 20% chance that you emit an energy readout. What this means is that like, if you're taking hits, okay, so you have this on and you're getting damage. Oh man, that sucks. You know, like AoE damage or whatever, some trash is hitting you, I don't know, something. You're taking damage. A barrier has a chance to appear on you, and it'll it's like a sage bubble, and it'll just absorb the next few attacks. So I get much more mileage out of that, because you're not only getting this improved damage reduction plus 5% by being gunnery, you also have like a built-in bubble that triggers whenever you get hurt. So I get way more mileage out of that. The other thing here is, unlike Assault, you also do more damage with your Electronet, which I have over here. So those are the distinguishing qualities that the gunnery has over Assault. You're more survivable, and also the reason why I take 1% alacrity here, and then this one here, 50, instead of taking 2 points here, I take 1 point, because it's like there's a 50% chance that the first responder buff will trigger, increasing your alacrity by 3%. 50% chance is like, I'm willing to go with that. Like, a lot of when people do the numbers, it's like it's more reliable it's a better investment in your points to just take 50%, because within the 6-second window, there's a chance that with all the attacks that you're doing, you'll re-trigger it. Anyway, let's do this rotation. So here we go. So you're always going to open with grav round, and what I do is I grav round and then I electronet, because what the grav round will do is oh, and some people who don't know, I often see some gunneries like who are new to gunnery and they don't know, I guess. You want to take charge bolts out of your rotation. Grav round will becomes, as a gunnery, it is your replacement. It is the move that replaces charge bolts. It is superior to charge bolts, and anything that charge bolt is supposed to do, grav round does it and more. So it's gonna, what it does is, oh, here's another thing about what grav rounders, I mean what gunneries do, is that when you pop it, when you hit an enemy with grav round, you get you apply an armor debuff to the enemy. And these do not stack, so if anybody else is already doing an armor debuff, then it doesn't matter. As long as there's at least one debuffer present in your raid, then you can be that debuffer. So anyway, you want to open up with grav round, and then you electronet. Some people, they like to open with electronet and then grav round. No, open with grav round so that the enemy is debuffed. Once they're debuffed and they have less armor, then the electronet will hurt more. So open with grav round, then electronet, and then you full auto. And then I put high impact bolt and demo round together. I treat these as a combo, so I always pop them together in a raid setting. So let's see that in action. So here's my opener, grav round, and then electronet, full auto. And then I grav round until I have 5 stacks of charged barrel right there. And then I high impact, demo round combo, back to full auto. Okay, so that's your typical opener, and the rotation is pretty easy to, and if you notice here that 5 stacks of charge barrier, that's the extra 5% to your damage reduction. So here we go. I wanted to point out the next thing, which is Curtain of Fire. When you do grav round, you have a chance of resetting the cooldown on full auto. As you can see now, it's ready. And here's Curtain of Fire. It looks like a guy getting shot with like a whole bunch of bullets, and with the orange icon. This will make your full auto ready. If it's still on cooldown, it'll automatically make it ready to fire, and it will make it do more damage. The reason why the class is called Gunnery is because it's all about the bullets. It's all about the gunfire. Like, you are just gonna be popping full auto if you run a parser and you measure your damage. The majority of your damage is gonna be coming from full auto. So no matter what, you want to have full auto running all the time. So show you again. I'm gonna pop full auto so you can see the reset. So I'm gonna do grav round, and as you can see, bam, full auto's ready. You take it right away, and then you just go back to grav rounding. Ooh, it's ready again. This is the best. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like when you're running gunnery, and then like full auto just keeps like resetting itself, and you just keep taking it over and over. You could just tell yourself like, oh man, that's mad damage right there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna actually do the rotation for a few minutes, or for a minute, and so you can just see it in action. No more interruptions. Here is just a straight sequence. So open with a grav round, electronet, and then full auto, grav round, high impact demo combo, again with grav rounds. Oh, it's ready, so take full auto right away. Grav round. Oh, it's ready, take full auto. Oh, hey, high impact is ready, and so is demo. Let's take that. Okay, grav rounding until full auto is ready again. Keep your eye over here too sometimes. See when your cooldown on electronet's ready. Oh, high impact demo. If your energy starts getting a little too low, like it is right now, I'm noticing. I'm down to only 3. Just toss a few hammer shots in, and then just go back to your rotation as normal. Like full auto again. And then, oh, it's only 4 charges. Let me do one more. And then high impact and demo combo. And it's almost ready, so as soon as it's ready, I'll electronet again. Little low. Let me just do one hammer shot, and then we go one more time. Grab round. And full auto. Almost ready. And we're gonna electronet. Bam. And that's pretty much it. That's your rotation. Okay, so now the last thing I'm gonna do is, and then let's just say, oh no, he's dying. Tank is dying. Oh, we saved him. Alright, back to the rotation. That right there is what we call phantom casts. I don't know if you just noticed, I just tried to hit grab around twice and then it didn't trigger. Phantom casts suck. It makes it shows like that you're doing the animation, but then it didn't happen. Anyway, a few things that I can throw in to separate standard commandos, standard gunneries from like the really good gunneries. I like to have Shift X for Kolto Bomb because it's a nice quick little instant move. So sometimes if there's trouble, I'll stand, let's say I'm standing with the range and we're all together, you know, and we're all doing a little rotation and it's like, oh no, you know, we all just took some AoE damage and I'm getting kind of low, or the guy next to me is getting kind of low. I have it hotkeyed, or I guess I can click it so you guys see right there, bam, and then back to my rotation. So I hit me and other guys. And it's on a pretty short cooldown, so you can pop it pretty often. Again, just once or twice. Don't go overboard. You're not here to be the healer. But you can, you know, do some emergency heals and take some pressure off. But don't make it your goal to heal. Your goal is to put out some mad DPS. Okay. Another thing. Now this is a big one. Pay attention to this one, guys. When you're doing this, and then you're waiting for your full auto to be ready. Some people, they keep pressing grab round over and over and over, and then full auto's ready. What you need to be able to do, and this you'll see a difference on the parse, is to know how to cancel your grab round. So that means that when you're charging up your move, like this one here, you tap forward a little bit, or you tap backward. You move somewhere. You just tap to cancel. That way, you can cancel it, and then you take your full auto. So here we go. I'm going to show you a canceling. So I'm going to be doing grab round, and then once it's ready, tap and go. The reason why is, okay, so let's just say if I'm, a lot of times people are anticipating the click, or they're already anticipating another grab round, but their full auto is already ready. Don't finish your grab round. Just take the full auto. So again, so I'm going to show you the wrong way. So I'm already anticipating. See, like I'm clicking it. Oh, it's ready already. I should have just canceled and then took it. So now we're going to do it the right way. It's very slight, but it makes a difference. So here we go. I'm going to show you the right way. There. Tap forward and then go. Because I might already be doing there. See? That was a perfect cancel right there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Do it one more time. Cancel, go. Cancel, go. Okay, so let's just do a little rotation like that. So as you can see, I'm anticipating. I'm already pressing grab round ahead of time, but if my full auto is ready, you just cancel and go. High impact demo combo. Back to just constantly spamming that grab round, and then once it's ready, cancel and go. Cancel, go. There you go. You will see a difference on the parse that way. And oh no, tank is in trouble. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how to gunnery. Hopefully this was useful.